temporomandibular joint, um, because I do treat a lot of that condition, dysfunctional disorder. Right? I did already a presentation, and I'm going to be posting it prior to posting this. But I just wanted to talk about a little bit of what I have, whatever comes to what I can pick, whatever I could remember that from my heart, but I won't have a detail. Okay, so I used to have TMJ dysfunction myself, right? As opposed to me saying the whole um, word name, I'm just gonna call it TMJ. By the way, it's the most common term. Everybody knows about it. So TMJ disorder dysfunction happens usually when the person is so heightened stress, right? Or any car accident, automatic, it's going to have any TMJ dysfunction. The SCM, the longest that muscle. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing them all right. That's why I don't say it out loud with my patient, because my pronunciation is bad. But I promise I know where the muscle is located, and I work well with the muscle. I don't know the intricate detail of words, because with massage therapy it's different. We need to know, and we need to know every book, because every book has a mistake. We need to know that, because we need to know where's the attachment, because we need to do the GTO where the attachment you're doing to release the muscle that way. But anyways, that is applicable to every muscle of the body, right? Like the muscle of the body is um, joined by bone to bone through tendons, right? The muscle attached to tendon first, then bone to bone. Whereas the muscle on the face is, the muscles to skin. So it can sag easily. That's why this is the first noticeable in the aging is the muscle, right? And then when we're stressed, with me, I have lots of dental work, and I used to have a hump here. I fixed it myself. I said, okay, before I didn't want it to. When I said, okay, I'm registered now, I want to get a break. My hands are tired, so I worked on myself too, because me being Filipino, I am practicing here in Toronto, Canada, but me being Filipino in me, I was exposed to that. I went to a doctor, what they call it. More so, it's like a masseuse. That person really does know what they're doing. And a masseuse combination of osteopath and chiropractor. I don't know. I don't know 3 in 1, I'll tell you. And then they do a cracking adjustment. So whether that kid have fever and pain, whatever, they'll bring it to that person, and they do a massage and do some osteopath and some, in their way, pulling and doing some release, really fascial release that way. And then massage, well, voila, fever gone, pain gone. Believe it or not, I believe it's like placebo. Plus it's fake, and everything in this world, this is proven. Science prove it. And faith, right? Everything really, get in balance, right? And in the Bible, right? God doesn't want us to rely on based on what our own understanding, based on what we see, based on what's happening in our world, whether that be good or bad. He wants us to, go by faith. But what He's telling us, but what the Bible says, that's what we should go by, right? Anyways, okay, so let's get back to the TMJ before I get off topic. Trust me, it's gonna be a long talk if I end up talking about Jesus and love. I love passionate about my job. I love my job. I feel like I'm not working if I'm there and love it. It's my form of worship to God. But at the end of the treatment, I feel tired after that. Of course, my body's gonna, not 20 me. I'm old, very old, and my body's gonna, right. So I need to make my torso, my glutes area, my lower back more stronger. Because my appendages, my extremities are really strong, especially my hands. Okay. Okay, so having said that, okay, going back to TMJ, I had lots of dental. So I had TMJ, and I had this, that posture. You can have TMJ dysfunction, obviously, because now you're, you know, everything, everything will be asymmetry. Everything's gonna deviate somehow, or the other. The bone's gonna move, right? You're doing this, then you know what I mean. The mandible is gonna go protrude out. Protrusion is gonna happening, or deviation to the left or right. Me, I chew gum. Oh my God, this is information 101. Okay, so it occurred to me because I love chewing gum. I need to tell this to my daughters. So there's a research lately that if you chew gum, it's gonna release from the saliva some microplastic, I don't know, chemical that goes into the saliva. I'm itchy because when I wear a thing, it's sensitive. Sorry for scratching. I don't have any allergic reaction. It's just from the clothes. So yeah, from the saliva. So I stopped chewing gum. I'm such a gum chewer. I love chewing gum because it makes. But then before then, it's always my master and my temporalis are just so fired up. I can feel it's inflamed here because the constant constriction of the muscle is not good too. It needs to relax. It needs to constrict and it also needs to relax. So there should have that balance, right? Anyways, and asymmetry should be happening at all times, but we can't because this world is always like we're doing stuff in front, asymmetry is already happening. The back is, because if muscle is weak, it's gonna create pain. Muscle is tight, it's gonna create pain. But anyways, I'm a registered massage therapist here in Toronto, Canada. I also provide many modalities, and to name a few, acupuncture, cupping therapy, and I need my list. Anyways, so I treat TMJ, um, dysfunction, and there's so many factors, like I said. So if there's accident, right off the bat, the osteopath, chiropractor, and psychopath, and physio and massage. They're on after, right? Assessment has to be properly done, and um, that has to be part of, right? So, and TMJ treatment is also important. The release in the neck muscle, right? Not necessarily the high muscle, right? But there's a thing here that's really affected with the impact, whether you are rear-ended or side. Yeah, believe it or not, right? Because that, so that really tightened, that needs to be released. Okay, so that's important. And then obviously the suprahyoid, which is the high bones here, right? Anything upper that needs to be treated, anything below that supra and the infrahyoids has to be treated, and the suboccipital because that also works. And this one now, the head forward curve happens, and then we have this, you know, um, the shoulder is going to be inward, right? Inward shoulder, right? Then we're becoming kyphotic now. That thoracic kyphosis happening. We have that natural curve when the baby, right? But I'm not going to talk about that. What I'm going to be talking about is really when a child gone through that process of going out of the birth canal, right? That squeezing of the head, including whatever the jaw, that's important for a child. That's so important. I've gone through that. Thank God, my mom's so resilient that I'm not cesarean baby, so I'm very resilient too. So cesarean babies will not have that resiliency in their life, whether they train that or not, cannot be trained because you break the natural ways of giving birth. You didn't break, but you're not capable of giving birth. God will still honor and protect and give you ways to make it. There's ways to come, but not to correct back to like how a natural birth that gone through the canal of the vagina canal. That is important. And then the mouth is so important with the sucking. When my breast is not giving breast, giving enough to just giving enough milk at the first because it was bleeding. Because my third, I think my third week was bleeding. I never experienced that, and I didn't want to give her blood. No, I can't.